Hello, everyone. I hope you can see me and hear me, or at the very least, hear me. Let me see who is here today, but let me say welcome to What's Up Wednesday for Wednesday, December 10th of 2025. We are almost done with this year. Oh, goodness. Okay. Thank you, Richard. Can hear you loud and clear. He knew what I was going to ask before I asked it. I wonder why. You guys know me. All right. Let's see who's here. Terry was here saying good morning. So good morning to you, Terry. Guess who? It's Nancy. Nancy was in the house or is in the house, and Giovanna is here. Let's see. Gisela, hello to you. Jill, hi Jill. And Richard, hello Richard. Nancy Tupin is here. Let's see, I don't want to miss anyone. And Laura, oh, it's on top. Why does that keep changing on me? I complain every week. I set it on live chat and then it goes away. All right, I've got it there. Okay, where was I? Georgina. Hi, Georgina. And Laura. Hi, Laura. Honor Cobb. Hello, Honor Cobb. Oh, goodness. It's already giving me an error message. I hope you guys can hear me okay without glitching, because I have the door open. I don't know what else to do to get a better signal. I'm direct connected. Okay, let's see. Hi, Barb. Barb Love to Craft is here. Okay, so let's get started. I don't have a whole lot for today, and I've had a lot going on in my personal life, so I'm kind of a little at the moment, but we're going to do this. Okay, so as always, I like to start with hello from beautiful northern Maine, and right now it is a balmy 18 degrees, and that is much warmer than what it's been. So I looked it up, and 18 degrees Fahrenheit is about 7.77 degrees Celsius. So there we go. And we are getting 2 to 4 inches of snow today and 2 to 4 inches tomorrow. Not a whole lot, but enough that you have to get the shovel out. Or Mr. Scrappy needs to get the shovel out, because that's not my thing. Hi, Katie Crafts. Hello, hello. And Susan Munger. Hello. Okay. I would like to thank my mods for all their help. I appreciate them more than they know. They're dolls. They are. And they're wonderful friends. So, there's that too. And I would like to thank Kimberly from My Fabric Addiction, and her link is down below. It's myfabricaddiction.com. She sponsors our weekly fabric giveaway. The one where you use the word fabric in the comments section, and every week we draw a winner. Okay, and last week's winner, Kimberly sent me it was Helen Rose. Kimberly sent me the tracking number yesterday or the day before, and I was going to forward it to you, Helen, but it is on its way. I will forward that to you as soon as I get a minute, because like I said, I have been really busy. And there's Laura. Hi, Laura. I actually have a note for you too. I just realized that I have your address, so I will get your postcard out to you as soon as possible. Laura won our fabric postcard drawing last week. So, hi Peggy Lee, and Kate Scrapping is here. I'm sorry if I've missed people. It clips on up there. But Kate Scrapping, 31 degrees in Unity. Interesting. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see. Delian Medina, good morning from Moreno Valley, California. Good morning to you. Is this your first time here? And Charlie Knit, getting a lot of snow today in southern Ontario. Well, there. I can't read everyone's, I apologize, just for lack of time today. Michelle says hi from New York, snowing and winter weather advisory. Richard says that it is 43 and a dusting where he is. Katie Kraft says no snow in Denver. Okay, let's see. So, Happy Mail. I got a package of Happy Mail last week. And so I'm wearing one of the shirts that I got. It says Believe. Believe in the magic, right? I had to have my husband launder both of these this morning because I had this one on yesterday. It's adorable. I was with my mom yesterday at the emergency room, and two of the nurses separately thought this was adorable. So, along with that, anyway, wait a minute. I'm going to back up and tell you how it happened. I was doing dishes and cooking. I was making a casserole so that I could share it with my mom. She still cooks, but take her something. And I was going to her place that day, so I thought, well, I'll make a chicken casserole, do up the dishes, and then I'll put the casserole, part of it for us, in our refrigerator, and take the rest to my mom. And I was thinking about all these different things, and, just doing dishes, listening to an audiobook, when I see a minivan that I didn't recognize pull into our parking spot out front, because it's right directly in front of our kitchen window. So I was thinking, oh, they must be for one of the other apartments, and just parked there in front of ours. And she got out with a paper bag and headed up our walkway. So I was like, now, Honor Cobb sent this, and she had told me something was coming, but because I had so much going through my head, totally just winged on it, just right on past me. So the girl set the bag down, and my husband brought it in, and there was the 2 t-shirts. And then, you guys, now I can't show you all of what was in there because I ate a bunch. Whoops, let me stop, check, see who's here before I go any further. Let's see. So it's snowy in New York where Michelle is. Let's see, where was I? Saw some names. Mary Wilson. Hello, Mary. And Jan is here. Hello to you, Jan. Let's see. I know I saw. Oh, Laura Carney. Hello. And she says cold in Tappan, New York. And Susan says hi from Florida. Lady 4775. Oh, asking for a link. Donna Orange, hello to you. There. Well, I'm glad that everyone is here. And I know there's a lot of lurkers out there listening, and hello to you as well. Okay, so there were these candy canes. This has Reese's Pieces in it. There were 2 of these. There's one left. There were 2 with M&Ms, and there was one with Smarties. Guess which one was the first one to be eaten? So there were 5 candy canes altogether. I haven't opened these. My favorite flavor of Sour Patch is watermelon. And I can't tip them because they're open, but some Whoppers. There were 2 boxes of Junior Mints. I shared one with my mom and kept the other one. Oh, Aisha. Okay, it takes me a long time to correlate people's names with their usernames when they're different. Smarties, yeah. Okay, I have a list here. So I got the Whoppers, 2 Junior Mints, 5 candy canes. I got French onion sun chips, which are almost gone. Sweet and sour gummy reindeer. Never had them before. Those were good. So there were Doritos Minis in the regular size canister, and there was the Cool Ranch and the nacho cheese. So, Honor, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. So, like 3 minutes to noon, my husband came to the sewing room door and he says, a package is here. Now, Honor had told me there was another part to my gift, okay? When I received this and thanked her, she said there was another part to the gift. Oh, hold on just a minute, please. Hey, yo, Patty, good to see you. Glad you're here. Crafting with Vivian S. is in the house. Hello to you as well. And Mary G. I hope I'm not missing anyone. And Sandra K. is here. It's always good to see everyone coming in. Yay! Okay. So a package just arrived. Now, someone else had told me this morning that they were sending something that would arrive today. So when the package just came, I didn't know if it was from Honor or from the other person, but it was from Honor. Now, I have barely opened it, you guys, okay? So let's share. So we have reindeer socks with a pink sweater. I love it. Then there's 2 t-shirts. We have a blue one, V-neck, my favorite, and a black one. I'll have to fold these later. And I thought at first when I pulled this out that it was flannel fabric, but it's pajamas. So these are pajama bottoms, 2 pair of pajama bottoms. So we have this shirt that matches very well with this, like it was made for it. And then there are 2 shirts that, well, of course, it could be mix and match, but that will go with the other. Of course, you can wear it as a t-shirt, you can wear it as a pajama. You can do whatever you want, or I can do whatever I want. Right, Honor? You would say right. In my holiday era. I love it. Honor, I love everything. Thank you so much. You're so thoughtful, and I really appreciate it. Jack is in the house, by the way. When I have to leave the sewing room door open, she tends to be nosy and come in because she knows she's not supposed to be in here. Goodness, Jill, I'm sorry that you've been so sick. Still in the hospital. My goodness, with pneumonia. Yeah, someone I know has that as well. Wow. Well, do what they say to do, and I hope you feel better really, really soon. Oh, Honor says, you are welcome. And then she said, you needed new clothes to represent Scrappyland. That's the truth, but you really spoiled me. Like, seriously, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do. Terry says, uh-oh, Jack, behave. Yeah, she doesn't know that word, Terry. And how's your little pups? How's your little pups? All right. So, let me see. I dropped the tutorial, finally, on Sunday, for the, go to say it, the Spiral Bound Composition Notebook cover. So, I was most of Saturday finishing that up and everything, but, you know. Yes, everyone is saying that they hope that Jill is feeling better soon. Awesome, Honor, so thoughtful. Yes. She says, thank you, I'm on the mend. Well, we're glad to hear that. Honor says, we can't have you being swallowed in your older t-shirts. Yeah, that was beginning to be a thing. Really. Thank you. Jan says, aren't surprise gifts the best? Yeah. And it's funny because it couldn't have landed on a better day with everything. And I know you guys don't know, but with everything that was going on, it couldn't have been, the timing couldn't have been any better for a pick-me-up. Terry says, thanks. I just put Doritos in my online cart. Yum. Well, see, there you go. You're going to try the minis? They're more flavorful, just saying. There's a reason why I don't have the canisters up here. No, actually, there's a little bit left in each of them. Just a little. Pops is finally napping. Okay. Now, before I forget, I'm going to give you the word of the week. So it's kind of, this is to win a fabric postcard. So, a lot of people I was thinking last week I gave the word gift, and it didn't have to do with Christmas. It could be any time of year. I said use the word gift, whether it's something you like to gift to people or, any use of the word gift. So today, I want you to use the word joy. Maybe you're going to tell me in the comments section what gives you joy or what makes you feel joy that you do. You can say anything at all like that. Tell me about it as long as you use the word joy in the comments below the video. So after we're all done, that's when you'll take care of that. And you can live anywhere in the world. You're not just limited to the continental United States like you are with the fabric prize drawing. All right, let's see. Terry said she had the minis at her daughter's and they were delicious. Yeah, they really are. I like them. Okay, so lately, each week I have been sharing a YouTube channel with you that's non-sewing related. It's just something a channel that I follow that I like, okay? So this one is new to me. I have only subscribed, I think, 4 days now. But a friend of mine, for 35 years, is blind. So when this channel popped up, I'm like, oh, I have to follow this person. And I've only been a subscriber for a few days, like I said, so I don't know what his first name is. And I meant to give Terry this link, but it is in the description box. So that's where you'll find it, in the description box. But the channel name is A as in Adam, S as in Sam, F as in Frank. So ASF Vision, all one word. And he's a young guy who is blind. He has a daughter. I don't know a whole lot about his life because I just started following him. But he's very upbeat and energetic. So the link that I put in the description box was one that I saw this morning where he had purchased something that he could use to interact with his daughter. You know those little refrigerator magnets that have the letters on them? Well, he could never really do that with her because he couldn't tell what the letter was. But he found some, like say the R, it had the Braille marking on it for the letter R. Okay? So he was very excited about that, and I can understand that. Oh, thank you, Terry. Thank you so much. So yeah, he's very upbeat. I love it. I love his can-do attitude. He just seems very, just very energetic and fun from what I've seen of his videos. So I hope you enjoy it. Enjoy his channel. Like I said, not anyone I know, and I'm not trying to push anyone out there to, oh, you have to watch this. It's just a suggestion in case you're looking for something new. You never know. Okay. I've got to go back to the comments and ask the commenter, but under the tutorial for the composition notebook cover, someone had written something about, too bad it's, I can't remember, I want to say they said upside down or backwards or something, and so I went to YouTube immediately and I brought up the video and it was playing fine for me. It wasn't upside down, or I don't know what. So if someone had an issue with the tutorial, the only way I can fix it is to take it down and re-edit it. But did someone find something? Because by the time I got to the editing, I was tired, but I thought I had everything in the correct order. But, you know, maybe I didn't. But for anyone who watched it, I would appreciate the feedback. Yes, Terry, thank you so much for the link. And I did mean to send that to you. I appreciate that. And Giovanna has subscribed to him. And that's cool. Okay. I haven't really been in the sewing room the past week. I have been busy with other things. I did get these almost finished. Yeah, poked myself. I had some cat fabric. Now, I have had these key fobs cut out for easily 2 months. And so the other day I was like, I'm going to sew these together. Well, I got them finished, except for I like to put stitching here, about 1 inch up from the edge. And sometimes I use my little square labels that say Marie's Scrappy Creations, but I'm not going to on these ones. But a woman I know had wanted 4 of them, and she had asked me months ago and said there was no hurry. Good thing on that, right? But you know, you guys, I was saying last week that I want to do a sew and chat kind of pajama party thing. Well, I have some holiday pajamas now, so anyway, what are you guys doing this weekend? Do you have plans? Shall we make it a day? Okay, so let's do this. We will have a pajama party, and we will all bring whatever we're working on, and we'll just chit chat. Does that sound fun? Okay, I thought so. I thought I could hear you saying yes. So let's see. I'm not sure exactly which day. Okay, might be Friday. It could be Friday afternoon. It's not going to be late because this chickie goes to bed early because she gets up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I don't stay up late. So my pajama party has to be for those of you who are like me. My mom calls it getting in her comfy cozies, because once you get your comfy cozies on, you're relaxed. So even if I put them on a little earlier than usual, we could do either a late afternoon or a midday, maybe on Saturday or something. But as soon as I know when I can do that, I will. I will let you know. And if that sounds good to you, then you have to promise me you're gonna, you know, do the pajama thing or the sewing thing or both. All right, let's see. Laura said, I had no problem. Tutorial was great for me. Thank you for letting me know. Terry says the video looked fine. She linked it. Thank you, Terry. Susan said, I had no problem. And Giovanna, same for me. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad, because I thought it was just me, and I'm like, I don't know, you know, what it could be, because it played fine for me, but I thought, well, I better check with people, because maybe it only plays fine for me because I uploaded it. But Susan asks, have you ever made the scrunchies key fob? I have not, actually. I've seen them, but I haven't made them. Susan has a craft show Saturday. Well, good luck with that. I bet you've been busy. If you're like me, you're busy right up until the moment of, although I haven't been doing them for about 3 years now. I think the last time I did it was the first year I did YouTube. Yeah. Sounds fun, says Katie Crafts. All right. Giovanna says, for me, any time is okay. Yeah, you can set your alarm, right? Okay, I go to bed early, says Susan. Yes, I do, too. Jill says, yes, fine. Terry says it sounds good and fine for Jan as well. Okay. Got an ad, says Giovanna. Whoopsie. Yeah, very busy, says Susan. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I got to tell you guys about Sunday. Sunday was such a great day. It really was. About every other weekend, we have one of our granddaughters who lives local. She comes over every other Sunday, generally. She had been over the Sunday before, but this past Sunday, I said to my husband, we should have her over again and have Mom over. And then our granddaughter likes to decorate our Christmas tree, and she does a great job. So they both came over, and I bought some cheater cookies. Now, I have never in my life bought these before because I've always homemade everything. But for the sake of time and just knowing that the day would be busy, I wanted our granddaughter to be able to frost and decorate cookies with my mom and I. But I didn't want to go through all the work. So I bought, I don't know if it was Pillsbury or what, but in the refrigerator section anyway. And I want to say there was 2 dozen or close to it. I really don't know. But they were just sugar cookies. You plop them on your baking sheet and put them in to cook. You couldn't get anything any easier. And I didn't use a recipe on the icing. I didn't need very much, so I just, winged it and had some of the gel food coloring. So I made a little bit of red and a little bit of green, and Mom and I frosted them just with a knife. We didn't get fancy. And then we let her put all the sprinkles. So she had some that looked like snowflakes, and then she had some red and white and green. And she had the best time. And she listened to Christmas music while she hung up all the ornaments on the tree. My mom would lay them out on the table, make sure they had a hook on them or a string to hang them with, and our granddaughter would hang them from there. It was precious. And then I went out to see what she was doing because we were done that part. She was in the living room, and she had this mailbox. Now, last year, she fell right in love with this mailbox. It's kind of blue colored, and it has snowflakes and a snowman on it. And you know how the mailboxes have that flag that lifts up, like for the mailman to stop? Anyway, that's a cardboard candy cane on this mailbox because it's just a cardboard mailbox. Well, anyway, she was playing with that. And last year she had called it the magic mailbox because I told her it was magical because you could put envelopes in there that didn't need a stamp. So I had put a card for her in the magic mailbox last year. So she's out there playing with it, and I said, would you like to give a card to Grammy Ruth in your magic mailbox? And she's like, sure. So I went and I grabbed a card and an envelope, and on a piece of paper I wrote to Grammy Ruth so she knew how to spell it. I said, you put that on the envelope, and then I showed her on the card. I said, and then you want to sign your name over here. I said, and maybe on the left side of the card you could draw a picture. And she said, of what? And I said, well, maybe you could draw a picture of you and Great Grammy decorating the cookies or the tree or anything at all that you can think of. Well, I'm here to tell you guys, precious. It's going to make me cry all over again, but no. Now, she is autistic. She's verbal. She's great, smart kid, but she's autistic. And a lot of times when she gets excited, she does the hand flap thing, which I find adorable. But anyway, she's just a gem. And so I filmed it, and I I said to my mother, Grammy, have you ever heard of a magic mailbox before? And she said, no, I haven't. And so I filmed it and I said, you're going to find out. So our granddaughter brings it out to her and she gets her envelope out of there. And on the front it says to Grammy Ruth. And so she opens it and reads it. And our granddaughter's over there so excited, you know. And Mom looks on the left side where the drawing was. And if I don't know exactly what's going on in a drawing, I'll always ask the kids to explain. So I asked her, you know, can you tell me about that? Because I could see that it was a person, but in the middle of the person there was a heart with another person inside the heart. So I was lost. I didn't know who it was or what it was. And she said, this is me, you know, the bigger person. And she said, see my heart? That's Grammy Ruth in my heart. If that wasn't the most precious thing I've heard in a long time. So my mother and I we had our eyes filled with tears because that was so precious, so precious. You know, because kids, they just, you know what I'm saying. Okay, let me catch up here. Cat Scrapping, count me in. Very good. Very good. Georgina said yes. All right. Nancy, I'll be at the party if all things work out. It sounds like fun. Well, I'm glad, Nancy, and it's good to see you. Good to see you. Susan says, we used to string popcorn and cranberries on garland for the Christmas tree. I love that, Susan. And you know, I'm going to say it's coming up on 12 years ago now. My husband showed 2 of our grandsons how to string popcorn, and we still have it. We haven't even lost very much popcorn off it. They have a string about 2 feet long, and we put it on the tree every year, just, you know, that section or whatever. But yeah, with the cranberries, that even adds to it. Terry says she just made those cookies from Pillsbury. She says, I rarely have sweets, but they were all gone quickly. Yeah, the one thing I learned, Terry, was like with this one, I can't remember how long, but let's say it said 15 to 17 minutes. I went on the lower end because it said 15 to 17 or however many minutes until golden brown on the edges. Well, I didn't wait for golden brown because with a sugar cookie, I know that you got to be careful. So I pulled them out at like 1 minute under the lower number, and you know, within a few hours of those being out, they were hard. They tasted good, but they were hard. So every time I'd have a cookie, and I'm not saying how many I ate, you guys, but if I wanted a cookie, I put it on a piece of paper towel in the microwave for 3 seconds because that was all it needed, was 3 seconds. But those were good. All right, let's see. But yes, I can see why they were gone, Terry. We sent some home with Mom, and of course our granddaughter took them so she could share them with Mom and Dad, and then we kept a few. But yeah, I mean, at first I was a little bit sticker shocked, but I thought, you know, by the time I got out all the ingredients and did all that, it was worth it just to have Susan says, we love vintage ornaments. I do too. I love anything vintage, any time of year. Nancy says, those cookies are great for young bakers. Yes, it makes them feel like they've done something. Terry says, sweet baby. Aw, Grammy Ruth in her heart. Kids are amazing. Yes, and the other thing she kept saying, I wrote it down. She kept saying, oh, we're making family memories. And she'd put another ornament up, and just precious. I'm glad I did some filming. I don't always film everything, but I did get some wonderful pictures and some wonderful videos. It was a wonderful day. We all had a wonderful day, a very heartwarming day. It was all the way around. It was just a wonderful day. So thank you for letting me share that with you guys. Giovanna says, that's so sweet. And Nancy, what a beautiful story, Marie. Giovanna, I'm also crying. Yeah. And Jan, sweet story. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome, guys. Hey, Mona. Mona did what? She dropped in. I'm glad to see you. Glad to see you. Terry, you got yours at the Dollar Tree. No kidding. I think I paid a little over $3 or close to $4. I can't remember, but I bought mine at Walmart. But I don't even remember the brand, to be honest with you. I don't get over to the Dollar Tree often, but I might have to look. And Terry says, I love your granddaughter. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. She is. Audrey, Nana Preps, hi to you. She says, I'm crying too. Mona says, no mom today. Icy roads. Yeah, we're storming here too. But glad you dropped in. Terry says, Marie, it was worth it to pay what you did. That memory is priceless. I know, right? It is. It's just, yeah, amazing. Okay, so I gave everyone the word to use in the comments section to have a chance at winning a postcard. But we need to do the drawing for this week. So let's do that now, because I know that we have people here who love to do a drum roll. See, Mona says, I'll have to watch beginning to see. Terry, I bought them to make with my teen granddaughter, but she's too busy these days. I'll make brownies with her. You know, and that's the thing, Terry. Once they get to be a teenager, boy, it's harder. You know, it's tougher to get the interaction going, and then when they get a license, you know. Barb, out of the mouths of babes. Oh, absolutely. All right, let me get something on the screen here. We're going to see who our winners are for this week. I have to get out of where I am. I just got to take a look at something here. I use an app called Comment Shark or Shark Comment, whatever it is, to do the drawings, okay? So, do we want to draw for the fabric first or for the postcard? You can't put a price on those cookies when you're making those memories. Oh, that is so true, Nancy. Oh, Giovanna's got the drum roll. Mona says, you either cleaned or sewed a lot. What happened to the big stacks of fabric? I cleaned my sewing room. I did. I wish I could pan and show you, but I got a lot done. That was a month or so ago. Although I did do some filming towards making a YouTube short, but I haven't released it yet because they went and changed around how you make a YouTube short, so now I can't do what I want. I can't figure it out because I'm not, I'm kind of technically challenged. But Barb says, my granddaughter and I made church window cookies and Rice Krispie treats on Sunday. She's 16 and loved it. Aw, that's sweet. I haven't made those cookies since I was a kid. Like, I don't even think I've seen them for years. But sounds like memories were made. Terry says, my granddaughter would come over if someone would drive her. Oh, that's good. I'm glad of that. Glad to hear that. Thank you, Mona. She says, looks nice. Oh, hi, Nancy. You had dropped in earlier and left a little text, so I said hi to you back then just in case you were here. All right, so I'm going to draw for the fabric postcard first. So I type in the word gift because that was the magic word of last week, using the word gift in the comments section. All right. And it looks like it's Zippy Zappy 4795. I have inherited so much fabric. My greatest joy is to gift the fabric to my friends. I tell them to pop in and take whatever fabric they like as my gift. So, zippy zappy. Oops, I'm sorry. Zippy zappy. It takes a while to zoom in. I will leave you a reply to your comment letting you know that you won, as I do with everyone. That's just what we do. Okay, here we go. Fabric prize. Now, if you would like to be in the running for either of these, you can live anywhere in the world and take part in the postcard prize because I can send those anywhere. All you have to do is use the word that I give in a sentence or in your comment below the video, okay? So the word I gave this week is joy, okay? But not here in the live stream. It will be after this video is finished, okay? All right, so we're going to draw now for the fabric. So for the fabric prize, Kimberly from the shop called myfabricaddiction.com, she sponsors our weekly fabric giveaway, and wow, is she generous. She is so sweet. Now see, she loves to sew. She does. And she gifts one lucky subscriber every week a fabric prize, and anyone who has received one knows that she's very generous. So I'm always very thankful to her for making you guys so happy. Okay, so you have to live in the continental United States because of postage costs, and you can't have won anything from my channel in the last 90 days. Okay, and that's for any prize at all. Okay, so we're going to see who it is this time. Ha! It's someone who's here. Now that happens sometime. Let me read the comment first. Hi Marie. Now that I'm sewing again, I like to gift something handmade. I have been making fabric ornaments for my grandkids for when they have their own trees. Barb loved to craft. You have won the fabric giveaway from My Fabric Addiction for this week of December 10th. Congratulations. So I'm going to write this down. We've got Barb, and Zippy Zappy. So what I do is after this live stream is over, I go to the winning comments and I just say, congratulations, yada, yada, yada. Here's my email address. Please send me your information. So congratulations to both of you. And in case Laura missed it, I'm going to say it again. Laura Suck was our postcard winner last week, and I just found her address this morning because she won a postcard a while back there too, so I had it. All right, let's see. I have to scroll back and see what's happening. Nancy says, we are waiting for my granddaughter to come into the world just any time now. And see, that's an exciting thing, right? Yay! It's funny, I was thinking about that. You know, most people nowadays find out the gender. And I hate to say it, but back in my day, that was not an option. Only if you happen to have an ultrasound, which by my last one, the one I had in 87, they did an ultrasound and they could tell. Okay, during the ultrasound, they asked me if I wanted to know because they could see, and I said, no, thank you. To me, I wanted to know nothing. I wanted it to be pure surprise, you know, after all that work. And there again, all that work. I'm not saying that women go pain-free. We didn't get anything. We didn't get a Tylenol, let alone a block, so we didn't feel most or none of it. I think that it's a good thing that they have advanced medically and everything, but I can remember saying to a nurse, just kill me. I can't do this anymore, because I was on day 3 of labor with my first one. I was begging for death. Couldn't take it. But anyway, finding out the gender, now you see these gender reveals and all this and that, people make a big thing. They get like a party out of it and everything. But I don't know, times change, good, bad, or otherwise. But I am so excited. A new grandchild's very exciting, Nancy. Absolutely. I didn't mean to go down the rabbit hole there, but one thing turned into another. Let's see. Mona says, haha, I thought that was a new saying. I guess I'm lost on that one. It's probably back a ways in the conversation, Mona, and I lost it now. Jill says her family's making Buckeyes this weekend. That's funny because there's another thing that regionally is called different things. When I like up around here, they're not called Buckeyes, but if we're thinking of the same thing, I wouldn't want to say. Let's see. Terry says Zippy Zappy has been in the chat before. I thought so. Thank you, Terry. I thought so. Let's see. I need to catch up. We've got Art C. Good morning. Whoops, it's popping away on me here. Well, I know I saw it. She was saying good morning from California. Nancy says she's enjoying today's chat while sewing little Christmas gifts. You guys are the perfect companions. Well, we're so happy to help out. And this isn't even an exciting week for me because I didn't have a lot of prep time. But, I always say you guys are the best. And I always have a great time with our chit chat. And there's Barb. She says, OMG, I'm so excited. Thank you. Marie and Kimberly. My birthday is tomorrow, so perfect timing. Well, happy birthday to you, Barb. There you go. Terry says, me too. I didn't want to know. Yeah, and I've had some nieces and things like that say to me, how did you not want to know? And the other thing that gets me is the amount of stuff that people buy for a baby these days. To me, it's like, really? Really? When I had my first baby, granted, I did not have much money, but we went to my ex-mother-in-law took me to this fabric place that sold fabric by the pound, okay? We went in and we bought white flannel to make diapers. Just a rectangle with, just a seam sewn around there. And back then you bought rubber pants to go over top so the babies didn't get wet. My sister had just recently had a baby, so she sent me all of the, I don't know what you call them, they snapped up the front. I don't know really what they were called now. I don't remember. But she gave me onesies and those little things. And remember the gowns with the string at the bottom. And I know new parents today, they wouldn't put a string, which I get. But yeah. Anyway, so I had the clothing, the diapers. I had a couple of stuffed animals and a bassinet. And then I had... someone had bought me Desitin, Vaseline, the diaper pins, and some, a few other things. But really, I look at what parents buy today, and I'm not saying they don't use it, but to me, it's like, well, I couldn't have bought all that, but also I wouldn't have had the space for it either. So times change, but that's okay. Jill is congratulating people. Here we go. Nancy said, whoops, it's scrolling on me again. Nancy said, my last one's ultrasound said girl and he came out a boy. Yeah, that can happen. Terry says, LOL, Marie, me too. I told the nurse something crazier, LOL. You know, Terry, I bet they hear a lot of stuff. I bet they do. I bet they do. Terry says, I don't know what Buckeyes are. Jill says, peanut butter balls dipped in chocolate. And that is indeed what they are. Let's see. Everyone's doing happy birthday. That's awesome. Oh, any week with you. Oh, it scrolled. I keep missing stuff. Let me see. Any week with you is exciting. Oh, that's sweet. And thank you, Terry, for the reminder for everyone, the thumbs up. That really does count for a lot. Thank you, everyone. Quilting in the country. Hi, Laura. She says, hello, lurking. Hi. Well, hello to you. Yes, I noticed she wasn't on this morning. Zippy Zappy, there you are. Your name was just drawn. Did you know that? I bet you didn't know that. Your name was drawn. I can't remember for which one at the moment without looking, whether it was the fabric prize or the postcard. But let me look, because I screenshotted it. Zippy Zappy, you won the fabric postcard for the week. So I will go to your winning comment from last week's What's Up Wednesday. As soon as this video is over, I will go and let you and the other winner know how to contact me. But congratulations. Oh, Lori's taking Wednesdays off for the rest of the year. Yeah, give yourself some time. Dick says, we use cloth diapers and rinse them out, soak them in Dreft. Yep, been there, done that. And you know what happened is when I went home from the hospital with my daughter, the hospital would give you, like if they had a box of Pampers open, they were underneath your baby's bassinet. Instead of from like a public stack of diapers, you each got a box. So however many were left in that box, you got to take home with you, which I couldn't have afforded disposable diapers at the time anyway, but took them home, and she broke out in a rash that ended up bleeding. Couldn't get it under control. Took her to the doctor. They gave her some kind of a cream that kind of cleared it up, but didn't really. You know what it was? It was the diapers. They would put a scent in them so they smelled good, and she was allergic to it, of anything like that. And I tried later on, like when the boys started coming along, here and there, I would be like, oh, I'm going to buy a box of Huggies or Loves or whatever this week and have a break from the cloth diapers. Nope. Every one of my kids, I couldn't use them because they would break out in those horrible rashes, and I couldn't do it. So it was cloth all the way. Cloth all the way. And Barb says, thank you everyone for the well wishes. Well, hello, Butterfly Queen 62. Glad to have you here. Terry says, oh, that's what happened to my daughter. The perfume in the diapers, a bleeding rash. No kidding. See, anyone else I've ever told this to, they're like, I've never heard of such a thing. But I can remember taking her diaper off, and part of that, I don't know, it's not paper, but whatever it is that's the closest part of the pamper that touches their skin, I couldn't pull it because it was stuck from all the, because she was bleeding, it kind of oozed. So I had to get warm water on a washcloth and squeeze the water down there so I could peel that off her skin. And I was like, nah, she's never using a diaper like that again. But they used to put a lot of scents in the diapers, but I don't think they do that as much anymore. And then, if you think about it, what the diapers were like, especially in the 70s when they first came out with that rectangular pamper, but even into the 80s, those things weren't leak-proof. You changed your kid multiple times a day. Their clothing, you changed that multiple times a day. So I'm still amazed when I see, our grandchildren, see our kids bringing the babies in or whatever, and they can wear the same outfit all day because the diapers don't leak. There's nothing going through. Of course, for cloth diapers, it was whatever oozed through the rubber pants, because if they urinated more than once, of course it's going to go through and their outfit's all wet. So, either way, if you used, the cloth diaper or the Pampers from back then, the Pampers Loves and stuff didn't work very well. They weren't made with all that stuff. Let's see, the lining stuck to her. Yeah, that's what Terry said. Yes, absolutely. Barb says, my son was allergic to the disposable diapers too. No kidding. Jill, I had diaper service for the twins. Oh my land, twins. I'd have a diaper service too, Jill. Giovanna has to go. Bye, sweetheart. Thank you for hanging out with us. Terry says, we still use Caldicin powder in my family for rashes because of that experience. It's in a pink container, maybe hard to find. I'm going to look for that. That sounds interesting. Vivian, she has to go, and she says, have to take care of hubby. Hope to catch you next time. Take care, Vivian. It was so good to have you here. Okay, so we did the drawing. Let me make sure, because I'm going to have to get going here pretty quick myself. Just want to make sure I went over everything. I think I did. Oh, I do have decorating left to do other than what our granddaughter did the other day. But I've been a bit busy, so... but yeah, so I will let you guys know when our pajama party sew together thing is going to be, but it will be sometime between Friday afternoon and Sunday evening. That's all I've got right now, but as it gets closer, I will definitely let you know, okay? And I want to say I think we had a great time here today. I'm so glad that you came to hang out, and if you're watching this on replay, I'm glad you're here. Whether it was live or Memorex. See, some of us still remember those things. Was it live or was it Memorex? Oh, thank you for all the links, Terry. We appreciate it. Thank you to my mods, as always. They're the best. And thank you guys. You guys are the greatest bunch of subscribers. You really are. Thank you, Honor, for the Happy Mail. I appreciate that. I was just thinking, I get to change my calendars here pretty soon. I have some calendars that I was gifted a month or two ago. Yeah, must be a couple months ago now. Okay. All right, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Oh, Richard says, the original disposable diapers you had to pin. I heard about that. I poked myself more times than I ever did with cloth diapers. Yep. I didn't have to pin the disposables because that was a little bit before me, but not a whole lot, I can tell you that. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We all had a great time. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And until next time, Zippy Zappy says, did I miss... Well, you may have, but you can't win again within the 90 days, but it was the word joy. Yep. Thank you, everyone. And until this weekend or next Wednesday, whichever I see you, remember, be kind out there because the world needs more of that. I'll see you next time right here at Marie Scrappy Creations. See ya.